Hey Aries, welcome to your reading. I'm Empress Rose. Aries goes first this week, so that's fun, as it should be. These are general readings, so take what works, leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. If I don't catch your wavelength, or even if I do, go check other major placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Also, just want to let you know, I really do appreciate it when you hit that subscribe button, and also your comments and your likes, your thumbs ups. Those are nice. I like them. We're starting off with Moonology and Work Your Light Oracle deck combo. And then, oh yeah, that's right. I'm just going to take 3. And then we're going to move to the Muse Tarot for a more traditional spread. All right, for Aries, this is 3 for Aries. Ho-ho. Ho-ho-ho. Do you have a yes or no question in mind? Make sure to phrase it clearly. A win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. This is beautiful. Some sort of relationship of reciprocation and equality, communicating in a way where everybody gets their needs met. Yeah, and then we have full moon in Aquarius, show the world the real you. So this is these are both air signs, both about communication and ideas. You're communicating, but the Aquarius, of course, is gonna always has this emotional. It's the water bringer, so it brings the emotion and the feeling into the situation. So you're discussing how you truly feel about something with someone. There's a real discussion vibe here, a real conversation, and you're bringing in the real you. No more hiding, no more pretending you don't feel how you feel. You are showing the world the real you. This is how you truly feel. It's going to go okay. It's going to go well. A win-win outcome is forecast. Could there be some bumps? There could be bumps. Yes, there always are. But it is a win-win forecast as outcome. Express who you truly are. Express who you truly are in this moment, how you truly feel. Bring the honest, clear emotions into the conversation, and it's going to be okay. And then we also have yes. Just say yes. Just say yes. I love this. This is so positive. You are expressing some genuine feelings. It's going to be okay. Go ahead and do it. You're going to be fine. So that's very beautiful. I like. So this deck I bought a while ago and it did nothing. I connected with it, not at all. I tried to work with it. I think you'll probably, YouTube tarot watchers will probably be very familiar with this deck. It's pretty popular, but when I bought it a while ago, I didn't connect with it at all. And then this week it called to me and I pulled it out of the drawer and bam. So one of the issues with this deck is that it renames everything, and that's like an extra hurdle for the way my brain is wired. It's a little bit of an extra hurdle for me to get a message from. And some of the pictures don't depict anything I'm familiar with. So I may be pausing to figure out what that card is. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I really enjoyed playing with this deck this week. So I wanted to bring it into here. All right, for Aries. Oh yeah, okay. This is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Oh wow, okay, so apparently playing with it, we got a lot of reversals, which is gonna throw me even further. So, in your recent past, you have 6 of emotions, a reconnection with something in your past, but it's in reverse. So maybe it didn't go very well. Maybe it's just memories. Maybe they're not quite as pleasant as you were hoping for. Or as, we enjoy our memories and these nostalgic places in our past, but perhaps they're not as pleasant as you thought, or as you'd like, or as the 6 of emotions in the upright is supposed to be really pleasant childhood memories, really pleasant childhood experiences that we're reconnecting with, maybe even just remembering what it was like to be a child, what it was like to have that freedom, that joy, that sense of exploration, just setting out on your journey. connecting with that and holding those very dearly within us. But there's something, because it came out reversed and obvious, there are no mistakes in tarot. There are mistakes, but it's not a mistake to realize you've made a mistake. Like, there are no mistakes, and realizing you've made a mistake is not a mistake. Does that make sense? There are no mistakes, but realizing that you could have done something better is part of the no mistakes. And you can call it a mistake, but anyway, it was a learning experience. So anyway, there's something from your past here, from your childhood here, that is you either haven't been able to reconnect with it, haven't been able to reconnect with that space, with that vibe for a while in your recent past, or when you did reconnect with it, it was very unpleasant and yeah. Okay, so in your current situation, you have 9 of voices. You have sort of a dream. 9 of voices is sort of our nightmare card. She doesn't look very nightmarish, but she is definitely like in some sort of altered state, in some sort of dream. Issues are within her mind alone. In reality, we can see she's very comfortable, very cozy. And in reality, but there's some sort of nightmarish thing here. And I'm getting this, when we move this forward from the 6 of emotions, where you haven't been able to connect with something, with a childhood, with something from your childhood, or you have connected with it and it hasn't gone well. You're in a state of concern and worry. There's a lot of anxiety here, high anxiety, even though physically you might be safe. There's a lot of emotions and thoughts that are feeling unsafe within. You're not feeling safe, even if you are safe, even if you have, I think that's one of the interesting things about childhood is these formative years happen, these formative years occur, and we're small, right? And we're just like developing our sense of the world and our place in it. But we're so tiny, and we are very helpless when we're children. We're very dependent on other people. So it's interesting as we grow to have had these formative experiences of being helpless and beholden to others, and how much care they feel like giving us, right? And then as we grow, we can drop that, but sometimes it can be very hard to drop that sense of helplessness, those fears that our needs aren't going to be met. But we can always walk away from situations, from conversations, at least, if not the full situation. Now, so there's as adults, and I'm assuming it's just adults watching this. So there's a sense of like, you can be safe, but these anxieties and these fears from early childhood may be coming in here and coloring your present situation. You may be safe, you may be powerful as an adult in your current situation, but you're having a lot of fears from this past, what's gone on in the past, and it's creating some anxiety for you. And in your inner landscape, you have Knight of Materials. So so this is about communication, coming in with the communication. What's interesting is materials. That's Earth, right? A planner. It's this horse seems to be coming in really fast, which I'm not used to with this Knight of Materials. Here's the card. You may be worried that, you don't really have a plan for how to deal with something. You don't really have, there's been growth. There's a pattern here, and there's been growth. But you may be worried that you haven't, because you are in a state of anxiety. What are you anxious about? Possibly not having grown, possibly having created patterns that are not sustainable or not healthy or not good, having not really thought about how you're going to respond to situations, having not thought something through. And it is messages. The Knight is communication, and we already have these 2 other communication ideas. So you may be worried about reverting to old communication patterns that were very unhappy. This really sounds like you're going home for Thanksgiving and it's not going to go well, and you're worried it's not going to go well. That's a little bit of the vibe I'm getting here, but it could I don't know. I'll just keep reading and you keep interpreting. It's a collaborative process. I read, I use my intuition on these cards, on what angle we're taking on each card, and then you're interpreting them. And sometimes the card I come up with means something to you that means that, and then I go off on some sort of tangent that doesn't mean anything to you. But you know the card, right? You see it and you're like, oh, I know exactly what that is. So we have a lack of planning, a lack of communication or communication patterns that maybe are unhealthy, maybe you don't like them, and they're really on your mind here. You're really thinking about these old communication patterns, these old ways of doing things. Sort of the Knight of Materials can be pretty set in, it's been going on for a while, like this pattern that's emerging, it's not new, it's old, it's set. So I think that could be really on your mind right now, especially if we're talking about communication and we've got a Knight here. We're talking about you're concerned about old patterns of communication. And then what's at issue here came out upright. So we have 6 of Materials. So 6 of Materials. 6 is typically a really well-balanced place. Here's what it looks like. So what's going on? Is creation, unfolding. Something's unfolding. Something's being created, possibly newly created. In the 3D, this is a really balanced energy. It has to do with the heart. There's always the 6s always have like a bit of a wounded healer, because we've already experienced so much of this journey already. We've already experienced a huge part of the journey, and there's healing here. There's manifesting. There's bringing some beautiful healing. I almost see like a spiritual. So there's it's a really well balanced place. It's in the center of our Kabbalah or tree, and it's heart centered. And it's creation. It's bringing something into creation. It's not perfect. It's not the newborn baby anymore, born absolutely perfect. There's some experience here. There's some painful experience in the past, but we're coming to a place of a halfway point, or okay, we've created something here, and it's a really well balanced energy coming in here. So that's what's at issue, is sort of this you're no longer this in this situation that we're talking about. You're no longer an innocent. You're no longer an untouched, unharmed being. You've had some experiences. Some of them have been very difficult and very hard, and you're able to bring this in, and it's a part of yourself. It's like part of who you are, bringing it in. Oh yes, we have to show the world the real you. That's what's going on here. You may be very nervous about talking to someone about something about the real you, because you do have this experience now. You do understand a lot more, and this is about bringing yourself into your creation, into your actual life in a very physical way. So that's what's going on, and you have a lot of anxiety about it. There's some patterns to be overcome here. And then in your environment, you have the Tower moment. So yeah, there's some sort of big change, big shift in dynamic. It's coming under the 6 of Emotions, so I think it has to do with something from your past is coming in. There's a huge shift, a huge changing energy. This conduit for power is being turned over, upside down. The power dynamic, the who's in charge, it's flipping, and there's something in your life that's really coming into sort of I don't want to say crisis. I want to say a situation that demands your attention. There's something here in your environment that demands your attention, and it is fundamentally changing the elements of your life. And this is actually reminding me of uranium and the changes it goes through. And I recently watched the Marie Curie film on Amazon, and just she talks about how it changes its very nature. The very nature of something is changing. And as it's doing that, it's releasing a powerful amount of energy that can be a little difficult to handle, or be a conduit for that amount of energy. So that's what I'm seeing in this Tower. You have something really changing in your life, some sort of dynamic, very much changing, very much shifting. So in your current environment, we have 4 of Voices. So what are you doing here? You are recovering. That's your job, there's some sort of recovery, rest, recovery, reconnecting with yourself, a time for self-reflection, a time for reevaluation. I'm seeing sort of this winter time, this winter in your soul where something has already occurred. You've experienced something, some sort of difficulty, some sort of difficult time. And 4 Voices is about resting, recuperating. There's a hell of a lot more journey to go in, but it's time to indulge a little bit in some rest and your healing. It's not indulging because it's healing, right? The rest of your life needs you to be healed going forward, so that you can bring your best self to your future, right? So this is the point behind taking time out and healing and recovering and resting. I see a like star nurseries, where going back to the nursery, right? Well, we've got this reverse six of emotions going back to something, but this is going back to a place of healing, though, and returning to source, returning to the those star nurseries where the particles of the exploded stars they break down and then they reform into something new, into a whole new solar system. That's what's going on in your environment. It's a whole new solar system is being reformed. All the elements are being reconfigured, and through this you rest. This is your to-do list. You rest, you heal. You allow that to happen, but you take time out and you rest. So that's your to-do list, is to rest and to heal. So there could be something with this communication with you, bringing yourself into your actual self and how you really feel into your real world. Make sure you're taking time to heal here. And this could be healing connections, healing memories, healing, it's coming in under this 9 of Voices. So there's a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety, and this is to heal from that and heal from whatever this Tower moment. Man, it just seems like you need some TLC here. You need some TLC, and you need to make sure you get it. For the rest of your life, for the benefit of the rest of your life. And then you have Page of Voices here. So the Page is learning, figuring something out. This is really learning about ideas, learning about communication, starting to figure things out and put things together, piecing things together. So that's where you're going. This is the ultimate like student card of maybe you need to, go back to being a student, beginner mind, because this first little bit didn't go very well. Some part of it was a mismatch for you, and maybe you need to go relearn something, maybe go re-understand something, or just now after you're rested, you're ready to go back at it and start learning again, start seeing things from a different perspective, seeing things through new eyes, seeing something more clearly, but it's requiring rest and healing. After that rest and healing, you'll be able to see a lot more clearly and maybe learn something. Maybe also these voices, this is communication as well. We have 3 voices here. These would be swords. These are communication. So there's something about, and then we have the Libra and the Aquarius, full moon in Libra and full moon in Aquarius. So there is something about communication. This is very communication oriented reading here. And bringing something real, something of yourself into these communications. It's going to bring some healing. It might bring in a bit more Tower moment, the shifting, but it is going to bring some healing here. And then you're going to even be seeing even more and discussing even more. There could be some sort of communication coming in with new information for you. So whatever conversation you're invited to, make sure it's going to be healing. It's going to be good. And make sure you're being as authentic as you can. All right, some ribbon dancing. The creative power. The mind often wants to see and know exactly what is around the corner, but to manifest, we have to give up certainty and embrace the creative process. Choosing to live creatively will bring you more joy and success than any amount of certainty ever could. This is my theme of the decade, I think, for myself. So anyway, hopefully that's helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it.